So we are so grateful to have Barbie here. She actually was friends with our son, Dan. Aloha and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Fairmont and the entire Fairmont Orchid Ohana, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you this evening as we gather on this special occasion. As Laura had mentioned, this event holds a very special meaning to me as I had the privilege to know Daniel. His memory continues to touch our hearts, and it's an honor to celebrate his life and his legacy with you tonight. We're a proud partner to support Laura and Frank in bringing this Daniel Sayre Memorial Foundation dinner to life. This partnership, and I believe it has been 16 years, has honored Daniel by making a real difference in our island community, and we look forward to many more years together. We also want to extend our deepest gratitude for the first responders in the room and across the island. Your courage and dedication are the reason we come together each year, and we thank you for all that you do for us. Finally, to all of you holding a paddle tonight, mahalo for your generosity. Bid high, knowing that what you give tonight makes an incredible difference. Aloha, enjoy the evening. And I would like to take this opportunity to honor our catering manager, Seth Taufa, who has been beyond the beyond. Thank you, Seth. Just a bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Dan. And you can see on the 28th of August, just 2 days ago, was his 28th anniversary of saying goodbye, and in the back of Honolulu Valley. And that day will be forever embedded in our minds. We were there, along with the YKF Fire Station rescue team, and they did not have rescue ropes to get down to Dan. There was a couple of falls, and then a plateau with the creek, and then another falls. And no way of hiking in, no way of getting down there without the rescue ropes. And so David Okita finally came in after 10 hours of attempts and lowered James Kunioshi and Clarence Shunyan on a Billy Pugh net. And the rotor was cutting off branches on both sides of the valley when he descended. So it was life-threatening. We knew that just a year before, a similar rescue situation had occurred on Oahu, and a helicopter gone down, and everyone in the helicopter had lost their lives as well. And so we knew that, watching this heroism take place. And you can't ever replace that kind of love and generosity from someone who risks their lives. So the first year that we honored our original honorees, David Okita in the plane, Lana Rowe, who lost his life this year, Russell Miao, our captain, Clarence Young, and James Kunioshi. We bought them 2 sets of rescue ropes, one for YK Station, one for Rescue 7, and the training that went with that. We thought that was a big deal. And now here we are, 28 years later, and $40 million in equipment. Of having you meet 2 of our original honorees. Clarence, would you please stand? And James, will you please stand? These gentlemen were the ones that were on the Billy Pugh net under the helicopter. I owe them everything. It's the reason you have this foundation today. Thank you guys. I will never be able to pay back ever. And I want to thank Kaiwa our videographer. He is my webmaster. He is beyond brilliant, and you will see some of the most exceptional videos tonight, thanks to Kai. And he's the reason we have the H-125 helicopter, the Airbus that flies these rescue missions for us now out of Station 14, because he's the one that planted the seed for me. Woo! Frankie, who's behind the chair here, who helped me put the PowerPoint together and used to work for Big Apple Television. My governing board, can you please stand? Those of you who are in the audience, please stand. And so let everybody recognize you, those of you who are here tonight. Working hard at the front desk, so thank all of you on the advisory board as well. My event chairs, please give them a thank you when you have an opportunity. These people work as volunteers, and they have been doing it for years, and they're experts in their field at this point. So we could not put this event on without them. So I want to thank you personally for giving up all your days and your time and your nights to make this happen. We are so grateful for you. We have an advisory committee with fire specialists. John Baer is our captain on the east side, and Sean Gallagher is our lifeguard on the east side. They're both retired, but they're always giving me advice of what the needs are. Our former fire chief, Darren Rosario, our battalion chief, Bill Bergen, our retired chief, Daryl Kasaki, and of course our current chief, Kazuo Todd, who is one of my best friends. I'd like to have ladies stand, please. I have a very special person in my audience tonight. He's from San Francisco, but he used to live here. And he came to me one night and said, I want to give you a brand because your son was very influential in a car accident I was in, and he helped save my life. It's a whole story. I can't get into it. I don't have the time. But for decades, Waven has been helping provide the formatting for our program. He's the one who's responsible for our logo, and there's a lot of meaning behind that logo. Please stand with him. He's here from San Francisco. I'd like to have my cousins, Dan and Jan Visage, please stand. They're here from Scottsdale, Arizona. Who had just with us. And they donate multiple amounts of dollars to us every month and have for decades. So these are my backbone people who helped make this foundation run. Thank you. I can't tell you much. And I also have my died son or nephew, I don't know which, I'm an auntie. I kind of think of it when somebody calls me Auntie Kelly Wall and Yoni Legrand. Please stand. Kelly, please stand. Vision 2020 band, who've been with us every year and are just amazing. Thank you guys so much. They're going to play for us tonight. Our parents who are here tonight, Maya, Honorees, Weinfelder, Mayana Taylor, Nicole Strom, and unfortunately, Country couldn't be here tonight, but please say hi to our queens. They're going to be helping us with the live auction. At our head table to my right is Ilani Fori, the governor's liaison, who is always so helpful to me, and our lieutenant governor, Sylvia Lukuku, all the way over here. And a council person who became our senator and who's married to a former fire captain and commissioner, Senator Joyce Ann Bonaventura. And another councilman who became welcome our Senator Tim Richards. His wife couldn't be here tonight. Tim. And our representative, today, Akau, who is a former Miss Hawaii. And our newest House of Representatives, Matthias Kush, who is a fireman, a captain, rescue worker extraordinaire, and was battalion chief, and is here as our representative, Matthias. And his beautiful wife, Sunita, and I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name. And Representative Suli Lloyd, who was also a council person. And our Hawaii County Mayor, Kimo Alameda. And our Managing Director, Bill Bohante. Our Fire Chief, Kazuo Todd, and his wife, Nico. And then seated at the Hawaii Community Federal Union table is our Hawaii County Deputy Managing Director for this side of the island, Michlael. And our Housing Director, Keha Costa. We have our council members here, Dr. Holeka Inaba, our chair. Preston, our co-chair. Heather Campbell, Rebecca Shitty-Viegas, Matt Kaniali Kleinfelder, Michelle Malimba, and James Business. Thank you guys. Our foundation attorney, Darrell Lee, please stand. And then with us tonight is Airbus North America, their regional sales manager, Wayne Whitepick. Please stand. And the They're the reason that we have the H-125 helicopter, and we are getting a new Airbus H-145 critical care transport helicopter, which all was arranged by Wayne. I have a sister of the heart who lives on Maui, and I just love her. She is just amazing. She's making a difference there. She's their co-chair of their council, Yuki Lee Sugimura. Please stand with me. And also tonight, I'm so honored to have our new Department of Health State Trauma Program Manager, who is a star and is going to shake up all the things that need to be shaken up in this state in getting new rules and regs for managing emergency transfer. Garrett Hall, please stand. And then I just want to thank Dan and Jen again for their donations every month. And also I want to recognize a very special friend of mine who just flew in this morning from Sacramento via Reno. Skip Brown, please stand, Skip. So this gentleman has been so helpful to me with the trucks on Maui and the Big Island, and he saved us about $25,000. So thank you, Skip. Our clean house system, Jason Chang, our CEO, and Whitley Lim, our CMO. Please raise your hand, stand. Our community hospital, Clayton McGann, our CEO, and Jeff Palmer, Dr. Jeff Palmer, our CMO. All of our previous Daniel Sir Foundation Award winners, would you please stand and stay standing? All the ones who won the award before. Our volunteer firefighters. Now all firefighter personnel, please stand. Thank you, guys. This is why we do it for these guys, because they go out every day and risk their lives for all of us. I also want to recognize a really good friend of mine, Shirley Durego, who runs the Alex and Jude Durego Foundation and helps with ocean safety. Shirley's here tonight. Please stand. And at this time, I would like to have our Lieutenant Governor give a short address to you. She flew all the way over from Honolulu, and I hope to let her be here a short time, so I want her to be able to speak to you because she has to get a flight back tonight for another meeting just tomorrow morning. Lives are unbelievable. I'm glad it's you and not me, Sylvia. Okay, please go.
Good evening and aloha. You know, when I look around the room, I continue to be inspired and grateful. It's because of every single one of you continue to commit to making our community safe, community thriving, that the state of Hawaii and county can do our job. We are so grateful to Frank and Laura. The reason why I came just for a few hours, just to spend some time with them and with you, is on a daily basis, they work so hard to make this foundation possible. And they do it not just to honor Daniel, not just to honor and look out for each and every one of you, but they continue to strive and they continue to look beyond the four corners of what is possible. And every so often, Frank gets excited and Laura gets excited and they call me and they go, guess what happened? And we thought we weren't gonna be able to spend that money, but we found another partner. And I am just amazed with the connections that each of you make with the Sayres and each of you make with each other to make this possible. And each connection that you make and the relationship that they form, they are doing it for the Ohana who live right here on the county of Hawaii. It is pretty devastating when you think about an individual who might be lost at sea, or an individual who got hurt hiking, or somebody who needs critical access right away, and the helicopter that has to transport has to land on another island before going to Oahu to refuel. And every second counts, and every moment is so precious. And these are the individuals they continue to think about when they reach out to individuals like you folks. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about both Laura, and more so Frank. Frank is right now in a lot of pain because he has kidney stones. And some of you guys may have heard that he was suffering from kidney stones and he kind of said, maybe I passed it. He did it. And so I told him, you know, you still have kidney stones. What are you going to do? Or what if you pass out? And he goes, no. That's why I have my urologist here. Thank you, Dr. Urologist. And I have all the EMTs here and the fire chief here. There is nowhere else I would rather be than right here because this is the most safest place that I can be. So throughout the night, I'm not going to be with you all night. So I apologize, I have to catch a plane. But if you see him punching over at any given point, we'll find a urologist and get him to a safe place, because he said not until this event is over, not until they hit their goal of raising the amount that they needed, he's not going to stop. So please, I beg you for his sake, we need to raise money for the foundation, because he's not going home. And we'll see the doctor to get his kidney stones removed until this night is over. So mahalo for everyone. Mahalo to every single one of you. Mahalo.
So friends, that if I wasn't famous before, I am now. We're going to have our Mayor, Kimo Alameda, speak next and bring you greetings from our county. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. That was awesome. I echo much of your sentiments. I see a lot of familiar faces. I have a lot of friends in the fire department, and so it's an honor and a privilege for me to be here. I've attended in the past, and each time I get closer and closer to the stage. So, so tonight's a very special event, and it always was, and it will continue to be. So 28 years, and that's amazing. Big round of applause again. In our home, I was taught by my dad, there's two types of deaths. The first is physical death, and the second is when we stop remembering. And let us continue to remember Daniel. And this event allows us to do that. So, but again, on behalf of the county, my managing director worked in the fire department for 11 years, a little over 11 years, and he reminds me, he said, the first responders, public safety is number one. And so our administration has put that at the forefront. We're so privileged and honored to have ambulances, 4 ambulances, fire trucks, all Sayre completions remaining, right? We've got a helicopter that's coming soon. And so it's a partnership with everybody, county, council, state, grants, federal government. I mean, even on the state side, Michlael Fire Station, who was waiting for 3 more paramedics, and we got them. Thank you very much. We still need supplies. So we will need life jackets, we will need, compressors, we will need GPS, units, and as you can see there, we're going to need it also, like Lieutenant Governor said, don't be afraid to reach your pocket, and let's do it. Thank you, everybody, and aloha.
Thank you so much. I would like to invite a very special friend of ours and our newest partner from Lifelight Network, Ben Clayton, who is the CEO of Lifelight Network, who flew here this morning from Portland, Oregon, just for this short speech. So we are so excited about the opportunities that this company is going to bring to our island to transport critical care patients on our new helicopters as well as theirs.
Making me follow Lieutenant Governor Luke and Mayor Kimo. I think I'm not, I can't also there. I apologize in advance. So Lifelight Network is the largest not-for-profit air ambulance provider in the United States. We operate around 60 aircraft across the Pacific Northwest and Intermountain West. And about a year ago, Frank and Laura came to us to see if we were worthy of being invited. And it was personal to me because my grandparents have lived right here in Louisville for the last 30 years or so. And so it felt like a really, really great fit to me and benefit. So our vision at Lifelight Network is ensuring that everyone has access to care. And our expert teams are dedicated to there when you need us, 24/7, 365. Your community came together to raise money for a wonderful air ambulance helicopter in H-145. It's amazing. I've never seen that before in the community. And it's going to be here in about a year, a little less. But when we came over here and started talking with all the community partners, we realized the need is immediate, it's real, and it's now. And so when we looked at it, we said, what can we do now to help? And with that, we said, we've got some helicopters. We're going to put them on a ship and send it over. We're going to take a fixed wing, we put a bunch of fuel tanks in it, and they fly it all the way over here from the mainland. And so we're going to be here in November to start providing help. So this year. And it'll take time to build. The helicopters that we're sending are not as big and as beautiful as the one that you guys have come up with. But it'll take time to build, but we'll be here helping. And by this time next year, we'll have 3 bases fully operational in Kona, Hilo, and Waimea with these great helicopters and aircraft. I want to say too that many of our team are local, and we have some of them here today that are here, that live here. So Ciera, Andy, Pacheco are sitting over here at our table. And so we've got a lot of really local people, but some of us are not local. I'm not local. And so because of that, we wanted to engage with the community. We wanted to engage with cultural advisors. So Danny and Anna, Kaka, Aleka, Kai, are helping us make sure that we recognize and embrace the rich history and rich culture that is here. So in closing, thank you for welcoming us and giving us our trust. We're honored to stand with this Ohana and ensure everyone has access to life-saving care. Thank you.
Well, that's one of the big announcements for tonight, and we're so excited about them coming. And I found out that if you have a brain injury on the Big Island, you have a 75% chance of not making it. The average nationally is 7%. Think about that. We're going to make that difference. And our partners, you'll be seeing slides of them come up. They have them in the program, but also they're going to be coming up during the dinner hour. I would talk a little bit about our heads and tails game. If you guys don't have a flashing bracelet yet, you definitely want one. Because right after we have dinner, we're going to be bringing you back in here at 7:45. We're going to have our heads or tails game. And the first ticket is for a $600 certificate to any Fairmont worldwide. Spend it as you like, or you can come right here. Our second gift is going to be an acoustic autographed guitar from Bob Dylan. And that's priceless. So you want the bracelet, and the money that you spend on the bracelet helps to buy our equipment for our fire department. This is a fundraiser. So please buy a bracelet. I want to see everyone with a bracelet on tonight. Thank you. We're going to be breaking now for dinner, and we want you back in here. Come in at 7:40. Our game is at 7:45. We also want to do our final bids at 7:40 for our silent auction. We want to thank our Fairmont work, and our chefs go all out for this dinner. You're going to enjoy your dinner. And we'd like to thank the Boltons, Jan and Malia Bolton-Fine for the award-winning competition. Our musician will play, this is his 28th year, Dennis Pascaville. So what we're going to do for dinner, I do have my silent auction staff coming in to join me, and we are going to be having the head table split. This side will go to those tables, this side will over here, we'll go to these tables, and then we're gonna go row by row, please. And if the stewards will help us with that. There's gonna be 4 rows on each side. So it'll go fast. Please come back, enjoy your dinner. We'll see you at 7:40.
Ask you to do me a favor. I put my dessert like right.
So we're going to close up Dennis with your music. Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. Okay, everybody who needs to come back in.
Take care, okay? Wait, is your wife?
It's basically my
Sales. If you do not have a bracelet, you're going to want one. So $25 donation to the fire department, and you get to be in the game. And it's tax deductible. So out of the truck, you can get a bracelet and be in my game. Better go back. We only got a couple of minutes. Three more minutes to get your bracelets. Okay, everybody. Okay, the countdown is on. 2 more minutes. Want to get your bracelets so that you can be in the game. One more minute. Okay, everybody in the back. Let's get ready. We've got bracelets right here if anybody wants to be in the game. $600 gift certificate right over here. $600 gift certificate to any airline of your choice or an autographed card by Allison. You get 2 chances. And it's fun. And it's tax deductible. You've got bracelets, guys. Anybody wants to get the bracelet, get it now. We've only got 1 more minute. Yeah, you guys do not want to miss out on this. Fun. Okay, more bracelets here. I can see flashing everywhere. Okay, it's 7:45. Everybody get ready. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, here we go, guys. All of you, stand up. Those of you who want heads, put your hands on your heads. Those of you who want tails, put your hands on your hose. Okay? We're going to have the mayor flip the first coin. Because if you have heads and it comes up heads, you stay standing. If it comes up tails and you have your hands on your hose, you stay standing. Everybody else sits down until it's one person. Mayor's going to flip the coin. Okay, everybody, heads or tails? Get your hands on your heads or hands on your tails. Right now, here we go. It's heads! Heads or tails? Get your hands up on your heads or on your tails. Here we go. It's heads! Wait, one again. Heads or tails? It's heads! Heads or tails? Here we go. It's heads! Heads or tails? It's tails! Heads or tails? How many do we have left? We got quite a few. Quite a few. Okay, here we go. Heads or tails? It's tails. Who's still standing? We got one right where heads. We got that quick. He's still standing. Who else? How about in the front? You guys that are still up. Everybody who's still up. That's okay. Come on, to the front, everybody. Front, right up to the front. Downstairs, downstairs. Okay, here we go. It's the mayor. It's heads. Okay, I want to give a huge shout-out to Station 7. It's a volunteer station. We have 18, I believe, volunteer stations. And without them, we would have had much worse situations on August 8th when Lahaina burned down because we had the same situation here. And our volunteers say today, one in particular volunteer, yes, our volunteers, went to Mauna Kea and put out a fire they said couldn't be put out. So we owe our volunteers for that. We have a motorcycle club that supports them, and they raised $2,100 for their fundraising breakfast. I want to give a huge mahalo to our volunteer stations at Waikiki Ranch and Kohala Ranch who have raised this much money for brush fire trucks. I want to give a particular mahalo to Harbor House. Please stand, you guys. Our golf tournament and their gifts from this Harbor House raised this money. And to our terrific director from the Evolution Beach Electric PGA, Kelly Clear is here and his wife JJ. They run the program, and each year they give us $5,000. JJ and Kelly are our governing board members from Maui. Please stand. We have a friend, a patient friend of mine, and he had a heart attack last year. And he was saved by Genesis Marks and Levi Key from Station 7. He just donated $10,000 to their fund. And a friend of ours, also patients, just donated another $10,000. And Belby's not here, but I want to give a big, she was here earlier, she had to drive home, and she wanted to drive at night, but she just gave us $25,000 for the and we have raised over $10,000 in donations so far from this event we haven't finished counting. Connie Piatti is like the most amazing person ever. She helps to be the general manager at our house, and she tells everybody about our foundation. Talked to a client of hers who has a brother at the harbor and said, you know, Mike, you should really think about supporting the Sayre Foundation. We needed AEDs at the time, and he gave us 15 grand, including one for our rescue boat. Of course, we have amazing benefactors and Martha Benioff, who just last year gave us 8 new trucks and 2 aviation fuel trucks for $500,000. And during the time of these new tower tenders, the fuel trucks for the aircraft are arriving on September 10th in just 2 weeks. And they're going to go to the Waikiki Fire Station and South Kohala Station to replace trucks that are over 40 years old. We've gotten 3 big dogs for our island. We've got 22 fire trucks today. We've got 8 more coming for this island. So when Maui burned, they lost 4 of their trucks. And JJ and Kelly reached out to me and said, is there anything we can do to help? I went to the Hawaii Community Foundation and Chief Brad Ventura and myself wrote a grant to the Hawaii Community Maui Fund Strong. And we got $1 million from them. And then Jeff Bezos and his fiance, now wife, Lauren Sanchez, kicked in almost $3 million or more. We have already got 1 truck. And here it is. We dedicated this. Yuki was there, JJ and Kelly were there, and the gentleman that helped me buy these trucks, Skip Brown, is right here today. He flew in today from Reno. So our new big dog trucks, the ones that carry 1,250 gallons each and can go into all terrain, are going to be here mid-September, and they're coming from now for May. So they're about to arrive. So I'm getting 5 trucks this coming month, and I just have a hand. I've been a little crazy. so this new truck is coming in for Station 14, it's a volunteer station. That's going to be here next week. And it was a pricey endeavor, and the whole community came together to help raise this money. We've had many community gifts, we've had trigger grills given to the guys, a sofa, ice machines from County Councilman Paglinawan, Anava, also a TV for videos and chairs from Paglinawan, because they're in his district, and we've gotten a lot of them. Sorry, go back one more time. We've gotten products, drones that they use to take some of the photos and the videos today. We've had great support from our friend Sayre for getting money for the new rescue boat, ATVs, and the lower corner one is from the Jaws of Life. And we're going to really say apology to our colleagues. We have a new dispatch center in Hilo, and this is such an important facility. The police department and Kazoo with the fire department helped this to become a reality, and they needed exercise equipment. And their battalion chief, Stacy Domingo, helped us know that they needed exercise equipment. And I went to Dora, and Dora said, how much? And I said, 15,000, and she said, it's done. So, there we go. She has also donated over 30,000 to individual fire stations for needs. And then we have our water safety officer, Chun, who's also on our board, gave us $5,000 for life jackets and for board shorts for our ocean safety division. And then our friends Jim and Sharon Skibby gave us money every month, and we applied that money to also help them to buy these. So everybody has new jackets and new board shorts. This gift of our H-125 medical helicopter, our rescue helicopter, and our fire suppression helicopter was a conglomeration started by Mark Benioff, but many people contributed to this. And every day it's going out and making rescues. Her name is Michlael. She is very special, Akau, my husband's. And Airbus is here tonight with Wayne and Christy. Wayne helped us to happen. Mahalo to you. Best aircraft ever. So we just got a new hangar. Harvard House helped us with that. Bellevue helped us with that, and her family foundation helped us with that. The hangar is here. It's sitting in a container at Station 14 right now. We're just waiting for the county to do the paving to erect her. And we're going to have a helicopter under cover and not being out in the sun and the salt. We also were able to buy last year a new 27-foot Hobo Marine rescue boat built built that. And in fact, that was a lot of work. Harvard House helped me that too. And our new just came in, almost 1.2 million from Mark and Lynn. And we just dedicated that new machine. She's gorgeous. I want to talk a little bit about the White Community Association. We're trying to get a shelter built. We're going to have a shelter in case we have a hurricane or a tsunami. We don't have any place to go. And so we need a new shelter. We need a shelter. And we're working on that. So if anyone wants to contribute, please contact Nancy. And we got our dog. We've been working on this. Her name is Ciera. And she's being trained as we speak, and she's ready to go out and do rescues. And the Hawaii Community Federal Credit Union selected our foundation last year to be their nonprofit choice for 3 years. And in their first year, they were able to come up with $22,000 for us. That's just happened. I haven't spent that money yet, so if you guys see something tonight that you want the money to go to the live auction, let us know. Congratulations to our awardees. They are going to get congratulations from our governor's office, from our liaison, from the governor's office. The Hawaii State Senate and House of Representatives have certificates. Joy and Matthias got that together for us. And we're going to have them help give out the awards. And then our county council, Paglinawan, help to get the awards from our county council. And so every one of our awardees will get county council awards. So I'm going to have the county council come down here in the corner. And as the awardees come up, you're going to come up to the side of the stage. You're going to get your awards from the county council. And then I'm going to have our senators and our representatives hand you their certificates. And then we'll hand you ours. So these are the representatives that helped us get their certificates. This is Rescue 1. Please come, representatives and senators, come to the back here to help pass out the awards. Please hit the volume. Hit the volume.
I work by myself. Every morning, about 6 in the morning, the call was on tonight. Like she was maybe having a hard time breathing and stuff. So checked her breathing and it wasn't effective. So started walking them through CPR in Hong so they were right in town. So it's a pretty fast response time. And luckily, they were all pretty calm for the situation. So they were really receptive to the direction and everything, the instructions. And they started doing CPR and we got them pretty fast. Big thank you to the company for getting there quickly and, doing their thing, what they're trained to do, and then they transported her. And at that time, that was pretty much it. Not the rest of the shift. The majority of our calls, we don't really know what the outcome is. So yeah, knowing that you maybe made an impact on saving someone's life definitely makes all the hardship, long hours, and difficulties worth it. One of the more common problems I think all dispatchers face is kind of uncooperative callers or people not knowing where they are and not being able to give you directions. And especially on this island where we have so many tourists and stuff, they might not know place names, they might not know what street or road they're on, especially if you're kind of a rural area. So part of the success for this call was definitely the family being called, knowing their address, and being able to follow those instructions and being really receptive of it. That's definitely something that we struggle with. That's one of the challenges we have with being short-staffed as well, is having to put people on hold so that you can also manage the radio. The information that we get is only as good as what provides it. And we try to stress that as much as we can over the phone, but I mean, it's kind of challenging to always get good information. I guess what keeps me coming back is kind of knowing that we are a vital part of the community, because nobody wants to call 911, but there's a fair chance that you might have to, because I want to know if my family member, someone I care about, has to call 911, that there's going to be someone there to answer the phone, if there has to be. And we will stay 16 hours if we have to. I don't know exactly what prompted them to write the letter, but they wrote a letter to the mayor, and then came and we had the news story and everything that was all just a big surprise to me. It was kind of amazing to be able to meet them, but they were so unbelievably kind and nice, and I guess I'm proud of being part of the department that, plays such a vital role in the community and is able to work together. We have, our frustrations here and there and difficulties, but at the end of the day, we're all part of the same mission and trying to help the community and save lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very first dispatcher ever for our foundation to receive an award, Allison Ford, for Meritorious service above and beyond the call. I can't imagine how hard this job would be when someone else's life is on the line and you have to be the one who saves them. from a telephone. Rescue 2, cardiopulmonary resuscitation save.
The age that she was, the tone in her voice, you just automatically knew it was something bad. A call came in, and I'm still in training. My supervisor was listening in, and as soon as I picked up, we asked for the location, but I could see on the map that she was driving. And right off the bat, you could tell that it was a serious call because she was very panicky and frantic. They're just pleading on the phone, what do I do? Tell me what to do, please. So I told her, we gotta get out of the car, get her flat on the back, and we need to start CPR now. And she had somebody else help her get her daughter out of the car, flat on her back. A lot of voices in the background, a lot of commotion. She came back on the line and she kept saying, okay, what do I do? I did what you said. Okay, and then that's when I started giving the CPR instructions. It was about a minute or two in of doing CPR that we all of a sudden heard like a gasp of air. A lot of commotion again, so I had asked her like, what's going on? And she just kept, like, she started to say that it's her daughter, she came back, she's back, she's breathing, it's my daughter, she's breathing. And she just kept stating that she was so thankful. They transported her to the hospital. We don't really hear anything after that of the call. After every call, I mean, we're always questioning and wondering like, what happened. Supervisor Richard Arias was listening in on the call. There's multiple times during that call that I kind of looked over to him and he just kept encouraging me to like, it's okay, like keep going. Very fortunate that he was listening in and he was there to support me, and very thankful that he was helping me push through that call because it was a very stressful call. Like you have so much to juggle. Nothing prepares you for it. There are bad days, but just knowing that you were able to help somebody out in the time of need, it's a great feeling. A few months later, like months down the line, I got the letter, and it was kind of like, oh, what call was that? Because I've had so many. But then as I was reading it, like, oh, okay, I think I remember that one. And she was just stating how super grateful, thankful she was. But just to think that that's our job, just to answer the phone and help people in the meantime before they need to get on scene. It's just crazy to think that that's our job, and she was super, super thankful. As I was reading it, it was really like art.
So we did some other stuff that we could do, like going down the river, searching the banks, just trying to see if maybe the body popped up or the way along the shoreline. We did do a dive that day also, on the lower, the big pond, which goes down pretty deep, like 90 feet, 90-something feet. The chopper did do some flying overhead. They did a search, just a quick one up the river, trying to get to the end of the day, and it's like, I guess he's jumping into pots and kind of take a look over there. And so we set up, inserted. It's kind of a sheer dip, so it's kind of like gnarly to get down there on this one bridge between the two pots. And that was kind of our little staging area to work from. So we set up there, we get in the water, it's supposed to be me and one of the FRSs. And when we're getting ready, we're on the shore, sitting there, and he had a malfunction of equipment. His regulator wasn't going, so I offered to go solo. And so he tied me in solo, tethered me off, and I just told him what my route was going to be, what I was going to do for the search. Boiling pots, it's got its name because it actually boils up, so it looks like it's boiling. Like there's various ponds that have like using tunnels that connect to each other. It's definitely a challenge. And another thing is the visibility. The water in the river is pretty much never clear. It's cold, dark, it definitely makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable. The visibility is probably a foot in front of you, so you're standing, looking. So kind of staying next to the wall and stuff like that is one of the key things. Go down, right edge of the walls. That's what I did. Kind of just scanning, working my way. Came down maybe about like 20 something feet, and I noticed that there was a chute. Maybe a couple of weeks prior, there was a big like washout of the water. So in my head, I thought there shouldn't be anything like this in here. There's a bit of like, he's got to be here, you know, and made me feel like he's got to be here. There's no way I can stay if he did it, you know. So I continued searching a little, and then as I was scanning, I'm not even too far from it. It was located, so. I just got, you know, at least the family got closure. Well, it's definitely a one team, one dream, yeah, you know. Teamwork makes the dream work, that's what it is. So without anybody else, like, you can't do it. There's no way. I'm stoked with the guys that we work with, the guys at the YKS station, the various different shifts. They've taught me a lot of things, and them taking time to teach, all of that kind of stuff, like making us feel safe in those environments, walking us through the process of stuff. They get so much experience. It's a big operation. It takes everybody how I handle it. Everybody has their things, and everybody just try to do what we can, you know, try to be an asset and do all the things.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Chopper 2 pilot who was flying Chopper 1 that day, Ryan Moeller. Little story behind Ryan. Ryan helped to save Dora Cummings' son and daughter-in-law a few years ago when he was a pilot for Paradise Helicopters. Saw this gigantic, and a gentleman who has won more awards than probably anybody, Chad Chunafat, our top fire rescue specialist. Chad, please come forward. And the gentleman you just heard, John Creekmur, who actually found the recovery and helped recover the body. I can't believe these guys have to go into that water. It's so scary. I want to be one of them. The next rescue, it will include one of our police officers who could not be here tonight because his daughter has her graduation party tonight. But it's an amazing rescue, and we'll be honoring him later.
Okay, do me a favor.
This is actual footage.
No, me. Talk to me. Just talk to me. Talk to me, please.
I was heading to another call. I was actually not even assigned to that call. En route with my senior over the edge of the bridge, and I stopped.
And when we were on scene, we already had an officer on scene. We both kind of knew it. She was kind of committed to it. She was over the railing. She was there.
I never been in a situation like this, so I didn't know what to say. I just tried to maintain constant communication with her so she would stop focus on jumping.
Officer was doing his best, talk her down, and he did a really good job. He made me calm because that was my first experience, honestly.
During the whole time I was talking to her, I was like just slowly making my way towards her, trying to close the gap so it would be a quicker extraction if I had to run in and grab her.
She had that look, not the two hands, she had one, hold it on my fingertips.
I seen an opportunity where she turned away like she was gonna jump.
She looked down, and at that point, I think him and I had the same instinctual click, like, hey, this is the moment.
I rushed in and I grabbed her, right there, and pulled her over.
And when we did grab her, she was low. We grabbed her arm, we pulled her over.
Jordan was down on one knee, talking to her, and I don't know what was said, but it seemed like he was comforting her. Once she was safely with fire, I had to step back, take a deep breath, and then it was running through my head like I could have said something, or done something that would have made her jump, and that would have done me. It was only like 2 minutes long, but it felt like 30 minutes. It felt like I was there forever.
At that point, we're like relieved, like, okay, it's done with. But for her, it's not really done with. She still got a battle to go through too. Like, the only thing I could tell her was, it's gonna be okay. You know, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, my whole family was all police officers. I respect them on a whole other level because I know that to build a bond between them and us and build a trust between them and us is something that we need to do.
I'm very grateful for the Sayre Foundation for giving me this opportunity and this award to see that they also recognize the people who work with fire. And I really appreciate it.
It's good to know at the end of the day that they have our backs, we have their backs, and we can overcome any situation or any cause. It's a good feeling to know that they got our back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us honor Jordan Victorine. I would just like to say a few words with what he's going through. He's kept track of the young woman who was about to take her life, and she's doing really well. She's in a program. 6 months out, she's doing great. And TJ wasn't able to be here tonight, but we're going to honor him later, hopefully at one of the county council meetings. Rescue 5 is a drowning victim.
Well, I just witnessed.
This is Akau footage.
This is all right here. 35 years old, 7-year-old Peter dead. My brother on here, go dead. It's a focal point on, very impressive. And he's dead.
I was kind of a dying swell. It was like the day after all the big service, pretty much like right 9:30. We just opened up the tower and we just got finished doing our in-service training. Looked out to the ocean and right on the shore break, right along the shoreline, seen some clothing underwater. Little wave kind of passed by and she kind of floated up towards the surface. I realized it was a body. I immediately sprinted down the ramp and across the beach as fast as I could and got there pretty quick. Jumped in the water and stabilized her neck. Ula was right behind me, grabbed the legs, pulled her out of the water, got her up to the flat surface and set her down. Now she was blue already. Felt her pulse, listened for breathing, watched her chest rise, and there was none of that. So I instantly jumped on compressions and started pumping away. And my partner took off to go grab all the medical gear. And I had the nurse that was sitting there hold up the radio to my face and get the call to fire control that we had a CPR in progress while doing compressions. Because we were short staffed that day, we only had 2 guards on duty. For like 2 or 3 minutes of compressions and O2 while the AED was analyzing. She kind of opened up her eyes, all her color came back in her face, and I think it took me a couple seconds to realize that her eyes were open. I was kind of in shock, but got super relieved to, see her eyes open and then hear words out of her mouth. And the first thing she said was, "Oh, my neck." I think when her daughter came back after they hauled her away and gave me a big hug and told me thank you for saving her mom's life. And yeah, that meant a lot. Super thankful for my partner who loved Ilongo to be right behind me while I'm going in there and grabbing her. It was right there, bringing her up the beach with me, and definitely without him, you know, she probably would have never made it. You know, we pull them out of the water and package them up, and then the medics come and, you know, they do their part, and I'm super grateful to be a part of it, and I feel super honored to be a part of that team. All these legends in the tower.
I have to tell you, as we discussed before, just a couple of weeks after we saved this lady, we saved another lady who was in a same situation. I would also like to shout out to the new Chicago. Thank you so much, Willem. You're amazing. Takes the team. I want to talk a little bit about the Ocean Safety Division, and when Ian gets here, I'm going to have him just stay with me for a minute. The Ocean Safety Division was the last group to come on board with the fire department, 2008. Gerald Kasaki was a battalion chief in charge of them and our foundation, which is quite a lot, with a budget of $2,200 for the entire island, all the Ocean Safety Division. That's what they had. That doesn't even buy our rescue board, guys. Nobody had AEDs. Nobody had good rescue boards. They didn't have ATVs. They didn't have these beautiful stations. So I'm going to have to stay here again. Okay? I got something to study. We owe so much to our Ocean Safety Division. This is one of the hardest jobs in the world. They're on it. I've watched rescues. They're beyond amazing. When they're swimming out in waves that I would not dare go to. We've seen them rescue people. And it's really, really a difficult job. And I want them to know that our community not only respects them, but we love them and we support them. And I'm fighting for you to get the things you need. They've been working right now for years to get some new trucks because their trucks are over 40 years old and they're not safe to drive to these distant beaches, right? And the county just hasn't been able to come up with the funds for those. They've tried, but they haven't. So I want you to know tonight that Auntie Laura has gotten you 3 new trucks. And the PA system for the lifeguard tower, because they don't have one. And because you can't put a jet ski in at Kohani because of the rocks, we have purchased for you a drone-operated, dragon-free, remote-control, life-saving buoy. Thank you, Skip. And I want to also recognize a group of women who are here tonight. They're called 100 Women Who Care North Hawaii. They invited me to do a presentation along with 2 other nonprofits to compete for monies that they give out every quarter. And I won. And they are buying a life-saving buoy for Hapuna. This can be taught to kids. So it can go after an individual person who's still afloat, or a lifeguard can hold on to it and go out after somebody who needs to be rescued and drive it with one hand while they're pulling the rescuee back. We're so proud of this community. We're so proud to be a part of this. we share. We love our rescue workers. If it hadn't been for them, our son would never have been recovered. We know what it means to have a recovery as well as a rescue. We're hoping to make more rescues and fewer recoveries, and we need this community to help us. We're going to be asking you to reach into your wallets and please help us.
My 20 career stations and 18 volunteer stations. I had a chopper that was 28 years old, and the blades are starting to delaminate. I had boats that weren't working, all of which has been helped drastically by the Sayre Foundation. We have a new helicopter, we have a new boat, we have a lot of new things over the last 4 years. I cannot thank Frankie more enough. So right now, she is going to ask you to reach into your pockets and then leave your wallet on the table, and then you can just go. That's fine. You know? We just need your wallet. You know, we like you, but we like your wallet more. No, I'm joking. But just going to ask you to reach in and maybe spend a few dollars. So, the chief of the Hawaii Fire Department, should you spend 10 cents or $10,000? Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Your words, your time, your effort, and your money will go to saving someone's life. Thank you a lot.
These are the gifts that we have gotten just in the last couple of years, and of course this year is a bonus year as well. This is a live auction. These are the things they need this year. On your tables, you have sheets telling you what each auction item is. And we need to have you, when you bid, put your number from the sheet you got, the little stickers that you use for the silent auction, you use for the live auction. Please clearly print your name so that we have your name. Please do not use anybody else's name or anybody else's sticker. That happened last year, I swear. Okay? Yeah, so you have paddles. Please raise your paddles, and I'm going to ask you all, please don't take your paddles home. Don't let your kids break them. They're $50 a piece to replace. So I'd rather spend the money on equipment. Okay, so here we go. Here's Fred.
Okay, everybody, you probably noticed that you never get a request from us as email or print mail. The only time we ever ask you folks for money is tonight. So we'll make up for it. Item number one that we need are offshore inflatable life jackets. We need 30 of them. They're $250 a piece. We need to raise $9,500. Is there anybody that can do? Oh, all right. Oh man, here we go. The Centuro compass. These are to back up the GPS units in case there. Anybody do another?
We need to have, we're trying to raise about $221,000 for these other needs. But we're also going to be looking to build a hangar down at Station 7 for their equipment. So we're going to be doing campaigning. Please talk to your groups and the companies and see what you can do to help us get that really needed hangar. All of our equipment is sitting on this side. Thank you so much. So we want to go ahead after the event. We've got our award winners up here. We're going to have you go down in front of the screen to the left to get your photos. But before we do that, we're going to do heads or tails. Everybody stand. Heads or tails, everybody stand. Dylan would talk. Okay, everybody, pick your poison. Heads or tails, here we go. And it is heads. Acknowledgments.